Welcome to this day in wrestling history for August 14th. In 1995, the WWF's Monday Night Raw was at the Worcester Centurion in Worcester, Massachusetts. Triple H defeated Jeff Hardy in the I think at the time he was unsigned and was like 16 years old. In the main event, Shawn Michaels defeated Jerry the King Lawler. Also, in 1995, WWF Monday Night Raw taped the following week's Raw, which was aired on August 21st, August 20th, I mean. I guess it will be August 21st, at also the Worcester Centurion in Worcester, Massachusetts. Diesel and the British Bulldog defeated Men on the Mission, King Mabel and Somo in the main event. And also in 1995, also for WWF, but they taped the 467th and final episode of Wrestling Challenge at the Worcester Centurion in Worcester, Massachusetts, which ended up airing on August 27th. Technically, the show would actually last for another year, but after this episode, it was more of a highlight show. And on the show, the Blue Brothers, Eli and Jacob Blue, defeated Jason Arnett and Matt Hardy, which was also might have been his WWE debut as well, or one of his first matches in WWE. He had been like 18 at the time. Triple H defeated Nick Barberry, and Razor Ramon defeated Tony DeVito. I think there's only 3 matches on the show too. In 1999, ECW TV taping in Toledo, Ohio. Both Mahoney and Spike Dudley defeated the Dudley Boys, represented by Bubba Ray and Devon, for the ECW Tag Team Championship. The match was originally taped for the debut episodes of ECW and TNN, but would later that month on ECW Hardcore TV. Also in 1999, WCW presented World Wild from the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in Sturgis, South Dakota. This was the final World Wild pay-per-view. Harlem Heat, Team of Stevie and Booker T defeated Canyon and Bam Bam Bigelow to win the WCW Tag Team Championship. Macho Man 97 defeated Dennis Rodman. Hulk Hogan defeated Kevin Nash in a retirement match to retain the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. As a result of the loss, Nash was forced to retire, but it didn't stick as he returned about 2 months later. As most wrestling retirements happen too. In 2000, WCW Monday Night Nitro was held at Skyreach Place in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. 3 championships changed hands. Only one was a match, or technically, one was changed hands twice, and one was actually in a match as well. But let me explain. So first, the Filthy Animals, the team of Rey Mysterio and Juventud Guerrero, defeated Dark Carnival, the team of Vampiro and Great Muta, to win the WCW Tag Team Championship. So that was one that changed hands in a match. Lance Storm, who at the time was the WCW United States Champion, the Cruiserweight Champion, and he named it the 100 kilogram and under title, and the Hardcore title, which he renamed the Saskatchewan Hardcore International title. So I have in English. Just figure that out. That's why I say it that way. Elix Skipper is awarded the Cruiserweight Championship, and Carl Arlett, better known today as PCO, is awarded the Hardcore Championship, although he would later lose the title. Later in the show, he would lose the title to Norman Smiley. So hence, this is the title. That title technically changed hands twice, but also one of the times in the match, as I mentioned before. In 2005, at the Nishima Hall in Tokyo, Japan, in the final of the G1 Climax tournament, saw Masahiro Chono defeat Kazuki Fujita to claim his fifth G1 win. Also in 2005, TNA presented the Sacrifice from the Impact Zone at the Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. The live crew, represented by Conan and One Killings, defeated Kip James and Monty Brown. BG James was a special guest referee. Samoa Joe defeated AJ Styles to win the Super X Cup. In the main event, Jeff Jarrett and Rhino defeated Raven and Sabu. As a result of the win, Jarrett would get a shot at Raven's NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Had Jarrett and Rhino lost, Jarrett could not challenge for the title for the entire year, regardless of who was champion. 2006, on Raw from John Paul Jones Arena in Charlottesville, Virginia, Lita defeated Mickie James to win the WWE Women's Championship. Also in 2006, TNA Impact, taping at the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida. LAX was the team of Homicide and Hernandez defeated AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels in a Belfast Brawl tag match to win the NWA Tag Team titles. In 2011, WWE SummerSlam took place at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. Randy Orton defeated Christian in a no-holds-barred match to win the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk became the undisputed champion after defeating John Cena to be cashed in by Money in the Bank briefcase holder Alberto Del Rio after Kevin Nash got a text apparently telling him to stick it to the winner. In 2011, in Tokyo, Japan, at the Nishima Hall, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Tetsuya Naito in the final of the G1 Climax tournament. In Austin, Texas, at the Frank Evans Center, WWE taped the first ever episode of Saturday Morning Slam. In the featured bout, and the only bout on the show, Kofi Kingston defeated Heath Slater. And they did a lot of highlights on that show. In 2016, Impact taping at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. On the episode of September 15th, Eddie Edwards defeated Montebar Sawyer, and then Rex defeated Trevor Lee in the TNA Grand Championship Tournament quarterfinals. Gail Kim won a TNA Knockouts Championship Contender Gauntlet Battle Royal. Other participants include Jade, who's known today as Michin in WWE, Laurel Van Ness, better known as Chelsea Green today in WWE, Madison Rain, Marty Bell, Raquel, and Sienna. Braxton Sutter defeated Rockstar Spud in an empty arena, no turnbuckles match. In 2017, WWE Monday Night Raw was at the Bank Worth Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Akira Tozawa defeated Neville to capture his first Cruiserweight Championship. He ended up dropping the title back to Neville a minute 60s later at SummerSlam. In 2021, Triple Mania 24 took place at Mexico City Arena in Mexico City, Mexico. Deonna Purrazzo, who was Impact Wrestling's Knockouts champion, defeated Fabi Apache, who is the AAA Reina de Arenas champion of Queen of Queens, to win the Reinas de Arenas championship. It was not a unification match, which did happen. She could lose both belts at the same time, or one the other. And that's the part that actually she ended up losing one. I can't remember who she lost the titles to, but she lost both titles to two different people. In 2023, WWE Monday Night Raw without Canada live Senate in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and Canada. Becky Lynch and Chris Jazz went to a double countout. Notable birthdays: Johnny Gargano, 1987, Kofi Kingston in 1981, Eddie Gilbert in 1961, Bobby Eaton in 1956, and Bob Backlund in 1949. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.